so much. I'm Tom. I'm having a fantastic time. This is so much fun. I don't want tomorrow to come. That's because I work in a law office, and I'm not an attorney. I have been trained to communicate with them as a species. What's weird about working in any large corporate office is that it's just absolute misery. And in LA, the misery begins first thing, right away in the morning, because we have to work so hard out on the road just to get to the stupid job. The scary thing about commuting in Los Angeles is we lose 3 days a year stuck in traffic. Think about that next time you're trying to plan a vacation. You taking any time off this summer? Yeah, I'm going to take the wife and kids up to the 118. Maybe spend a couple of days on the 405. And commuting can just be the most dehumanizing thing. You'll hear a traffic report about a fatal accident on the freeway, and all you can think about is how it's going to screw up your drive. And then you feel horrible for thinking that. It's just so insensitive. It's like, oh my God, someone's lying dead on the side of the highway. And then your absolute next thought is, oh, at least that lucky bastard doesn't have to go into the office now. And finally, and eventually you get to your office, but not really, because in Los Angeles you rarely get to park in the actual building where you work. We just didn't put enough parking in these buildings. And I just don't understand who these spacey architects were, who were like, they had some fantasy vision of LA, where we all live close to work, or there's a subway that actually goes someplace that people need to go. What was that civil engineering meeting like? Say, Bob, if we're building a 45-story building, shouldn't we maybe have more than one parking level? Damn it, Steve, I'm an artist, not a valet. And the thing about these parking garages, too, I know you've noticed this, is that every parking spot is too small. All right, you can maybe get your car in, but you can't open the door to get out. And even though there's the word compact painted in big white block letters in the front of the space, you will still see some jerk trying to pull his Chevy Tahoe into that space. And you'll see him do this. Because this makes an SUV smaller. And they're almost at work. But now you got to get out of your car. You pry yourself out of your car, and now you're going to walk to the office. And here's the weird thing about this part of the commute, right? You've just gone from being a driver to becoming a pedestrian. And 5 minutes ago, you were behind the wheel at the crosswalk, watching a pedestrian cross in front of you, muttering under your breath, "Geez, lady, could you walk any slower? What is this? Your street mime against the wind impersonation?" You're going to cross the street, and you see a driver there itching to go, and you know he has to wait for you. And as you step out, you think to yourself, mime is a really underrated art form. And then you get to your office, and there it is. It's your computer. And if you work in an office, this is the central relationship of your life. You spend more time with your computer than you do with your family, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. I mean, it becomes a very intense, intimate relationship. When things go wrong, you don't want to call tech support. You want to call a shrink. "Doc, I need help. Everything I do, she just makes her shut down." Technology was supposed to make our lives easier, and thus happier. All it's done is speed everything up. We're not running our lives. Technology is running our lives, and it's running us faster and faster all the time. You got MySpace, you got LinkedIn, you got Facebook, you got your .org this, your .com that, your CNN, your Match, your eHarmony, your eBay, your Amazon. You're doing your continuing education at Wikipedia, and so connected, but you're completely discombobulated. You know? Do you know how your grandparents met? At a barn raising. And then your grandfather took your grandmother to a church social for an ice cream soda, and they got engaged. Now, who had the happier life? The two of them with their ice cream, or you, home, alone, with your laser printer, and your DVD player, and your 386 MySpace friends. Good night, lonely girl 15. And here's how in love with our computers we are, right? We invented the BlackBerry. So we could take a little bit of our computer with us everywhere. How independent is that? And everywhere I go, I see people with their heads down, thumb typing, you know, not even looking at the other human beings around them. Hey, I was just texting you. Wait, let me finish.